plug everyone up and let them know that I'm live on the plant channel. My live was scheduled for 16 hours out. So I don't know how I did that, but let me just plug it in that I'm live. Let's see. I have to get it in now. Okay. Now let me try to get in here myself because I didn't even see my own live in here. Let's see. Still can't. All right. Now I'm live in here. All right, family. Now I'm live in here. Let me try to share the live before I get in here. All right. So now I posted the live for anybody who wants to join the live. So what you all see me doing, family, right now is I am actually bringing my outdoor plants indoors, right? These are my house plants, and I'm going to say this. I generally don't like to have my plants outdoors. This is something that my mother always do, right? My mother would come over to my home, and she would take some of my plants, and put it and decorate my porch with my plants, right? I never generally do that, but my mother always have done that. I wish I do have some pictures. One day I will post the pictures of how she decorate my porch. So this year, last year I don't even think I brought any outside. I really like to have whatever's outdoors. I like to leave outdoors. Whatever's indoors, I like to leave indoors. And only because there's bugs all out there and they come all in my home, right? You all don't know this, but the bugs go all in the soil. One time I seen worms and all kind of things, right? They had actually found its way into my flower pots, and then later on when they was in my home, I seen them tunneling up. So it's a lot of reasons why I really don't like to have my outdoor plants, my indoor plants outdoors. But this year I did take it upon myself to put about 4 or 5 plants out there. I'm going to show you all the plants that I did put out there for the summertime, and I'm bringing them in now. This is a good time now to start bringing your outdoor plants indoors. For your house plants, I'm gonna say for the most part, because I want to acclimate my plants into the home environment, back into the home environment, and let them get acclimated to the temperature, before I take them from out there in here, and then it start getting a little cooler in here indoors. So I want to acclimate them now. Let's see. First thing first, the first plant that I'm going to present to you all, that I'm going to show you all, that I'm bringing, that I have brought indoors, is my pothos, right? Oh, before I do that, let me open up my bag, because you all know. I always tell you all, family, to open up your bag, right? Open you up a bag, and that's important. Open you all up a bag, family, and have this open, so when you're doing any kind of repotting, planting, anything that you may be doing, I'm going to top off the plants that I'm bringing indoors. Now, mind you, a couple of weeks ago, 2 weeks or a week or so ago, I did top off all my plants, but those was the plants that I had indoors. Now I'm going to do the ones that I had outdoors. So I'm bringing them back in. I have my bag open in here on my table for my plants. I am going to put some gloves on, family, today. The only reason why I'm going to put some gloves on today is because, which in general, you should be wearing gloves anyway, right? When you mix in and messing in any kind of soil, dirt, or whatever you may be messing in. I normally don't. It depends, right? It depends. I love to have my hands get into the dirt, so I love the feel of the dirt, family. So that's another reason why I don't generally put on gloves, but you should, because sometimes we mess with these different chemicals that we don't know what they have mixed in it, even though they tell us it's organic. We really don't know, right? We trust their word for it. I'm putting on my gloves today because they were outdoors, right? So I don't know what kind of bugs want to jump out. So I'm putting on my bugs. And yes, I do love nature, but although I love nature, I don't like them outdoor bugs crawling all over me, right? I don't like it. All right, so today I'm going to top off my plants. So I'm just going to go ahead with the flow because I got so much work to do today. So I'm just going to generally show you all what I do. Here is my pothos. This is actually a Hawaiian pothos, family. This pothos is thirsty. Another thing, family, while my plants was outdoors, I didn't give it the much TLC that it really needed. It's like, although it was outdoors, it's been a lot of days that it has been thirst because you all know it's been hot. Sometimes you have to plant, sometimes you have to water your plants 2 and 3 times a day, depending on the temperature out there. And I kid you not, this pot is light as a fly, so it just lets you know this is thirsty. Okay, I haven't watered this plant since last week. In fact, all the plants that was out there, I haven't really watered since last week. Okay, so and today is a holiday, right? So a lot of you all may be still sleeping from yesterday. If you all party last night, you all probably still sleeping, right? Okay, so here is my Hawaiian, this is my Hawaiian pothos. Now what you're going to see me do is, I'm just going to clean this out, right? I'm going to clean this out from all the dying leaves that was in there, right? It's not many, but we just want to look in here. You see I got spider webs and whatnot in here, so of course I had a spider family living in here. So I would just want to clean this plant up. And then I'm going to put a little bit of plant food in here, family. And a little bit of fertilizer, and that's going to be it for this year. I'm going to also put a little bit of soil in here, and I'm going to give it a good drink of water. One of the things I'm going to say, family, is, you see this? My pot actually fell, and it cracked right in here. I don't know if you all can see this, but it cracked right inside of there. And I know that I have to put it in a bigger pot eventually. I have to put it in a new pot, period, because the water, right, will seep out through the side. But I knew that it had cracked a couple of weeks back, and I said, you know what, it fell, it wound up falling and cracking, and I said, you know what, I don't really care, I'm going to leave it like that for now, because I need to put this in a bigger pot, right? And the bigger pots that I have, because you all know I tell you, family, recycle your pots. This pot is actually garbage. But I'm going to wait because one of the bigger pots that I want to put it in is actually in the bottom underneath my steps. So, and that's in the basement, underneath my basement steps. So that's one of the pots that I actually want to put it in. It's going to be hard for me to get that pot, so it's going to take me some time. So today I won't be repotting it in that pot. I will be waiting for later to do that. But look at how nicely it had trailed down and grown, right? The leaves on here is a very nice size. They have gotten really good sun. So now this pot is going, indoors, family. So I'm going to just give it, oh, I left that outside. All right, that's okay. All right. So I'm not really doing no mixing today, family. So what you all want to see me do is give it a little bit of my plant food. So this is my earthworm casting. Okay. Move this over. I generally like to leave that there because I like to see what you all are talking about. This is my earthworm casting, family. So we're gonna put some of this earthworms casting in. I'm wearing gloves today, so I don't really have to get my spoon and spoon it out. So we're just going to be generous in here, right, with this plant. Put a little bit of fertilizer in here. And yes, I'm going to put a couple of pellets of fertilizer in here. This is also good with getting rid of these pests that may be living in my plants, unwanted pests. So this is the neem oil one, family, that you all know that I would like to use. So I'm going to put some in here. And like I said, this also get rid of some of them pests that may be in here that's no good for my plants. Okay. And you don't need much. And these do not, family, I want to say this as well. These do not, these are supposed to be safe for your rooting system. So even if it does touch your roots, it's safe for it. So you don't have to worry about your roots getting burnt or anything like that. You don't have to worry about that, right, family? So I just want to share that with you all. Hi, family. Hi, on my journey. Hi, family. It's so hard for me. Grand Rising on my journey. Thank you on my journey. Yes. It done got big, right? It's beautiful. I can't see in the chat, like when it comes up there, I gotta look on my phone. So that's what you all see me do. I just put a little bit of plant food in there, and I also put a little bit of fertilizer in here. And like I said, that fertilizer right there that I use, it actually wards off all of the bugs that's no good, the pests or whatever's in there that's no good, right? I'm just gonna go ahead and finish letting this trail because it has trailing leaves, and I love when it trails. I also have quite a quite amount of pothos in my space, in my plant space. So I do have more pothos. This one right here is called the Hawaiian pothos. So I do have some that is trailing nicely. I love when it trails, right? I don't really like to cut them back and have to let them grow off. You see how some people, they will cut it off, right? I like the bush look. I like that big full bush look. So I do like that, and I love when it trails. The thing is, one of my pothos trails, so it's just trailing all over the place. So I have to figure out if I'm going to actually cut it back to a good length or what I'm going to do with it. So I'll see. All right. So of course, family, I got my little cup in here that you all know. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the dirt, because I'm not doing any mixing today, family, in my pots that I'm bringing indoors. What I want to do is just give them a good start. And like you all see, I got my bag placed down here. So we just going to go ahead and put this dirt all around here, right? Put it all around in here. So I'm just topping it off, family, with some good dirt. That's all you all see me doing. It's going to top that off. And like I said, I am going to eventually repot this one, because this plant right here, family, like I was saying, my pot had broke, right? My pot is damaged. So I'm going to eventually do that, but it's one specific pot that I want to go get underneath my basement steps. So it's going to probably take me a minute to even get back there to get it, because there's so many other things back there, like my fish supplies and my plant supplies that I keep in that area. So it's so many things that have to be moved for me to get it. So it won't be today. I don't know when it'll be, but I'll show you all the pot eventually that I potted in when I do get it repotted in that pot. But for now, we just want to top it off in this pot, right? And let it do its thing in here. All right, so I got it all around the rim. I got fresh dirt all around here. I'm not worried about this plant right now as of now, okay? Just let it do its thing. So I have it all filled in, family, right? I have it all filled in all around the rims. I went around with the dirt. Plus I got some plant food. Plus I put a little bit of fertilizer in there. Mainly, I think I use that fertilizer more. So, and I got different brands of fertilizer. I should have shared that with you all, but I think you all know already, because I told you all some of the fertilizers that I love to use. Right? It's like 3 different ones that I love to use. So sometimes I will go back and forth from one or the other, but I do love the neem one. All right. Now I'm going to take this to the sink, and I'm just going to water it, family. I'm just going to give it a good drink of water. And I love to use, family, warm water. So I'm going to give it a good drink of water. And then I'm going to find a nice spot in the house for it, which I already have a nice spot in the house for it. Being that these plants is coming from outdoors, this plant was so being that these plants were outdoors, the spot that I found for it was actually near my fish tank, okay? Because it's so used to that noisy environment out there, I figured, let me put it near a lot of noise. And believe it or not, family, when you put plants near running water, they love the sound of the running water. It's soothing to them. So I have some plants around my son's turtle tank, and I have, and I'm gonna place these plants right here around my fish tank. I had a very bad experience with plants around my tank a couple of years back, family. So just be mindful of passing plants over your tank, okay? Make sure you keep them low. Don't have them too high the length of your tank, because sometimes the dirt or whatever chemicals that's in your plants, if it falls in your dirt, you're going to have tragedy with your fish. So somehow something got in my tank and contaminated my tank, and all my fish wound up dying. And I had those fish from babies, family, and they had grew massive. So ever since then, I haven't really been getting into how I used to be with my fish, right? It kind of put a damper in some things with me as far as that hobby go, because when you see something blossom from a little itty bitty thing, right, and you lose it, it's kind of heartbreaking. So it's been a lot for me. So I keep them low. I don't want anything hanging above my tanks or anything like that, but I do want them to have the sound of the running water. Okay, so that's going to go. All these plants right here, except for I think one of them that I'm trying to nurture this plant. I'm going to have this in the window area off from my tank. All right, so that was one plant that you all see me do, and I watered it, and then I'm going to move it in this location. Now I'm going to present to you my other plant. It done took a beating, family. This plant done took a beating. All right, so let me show you all this plant. This was outdoors, and when I tell you that the sun, this plant is so wide, family. Okay, let me try to give you an idea. This plant is so wide and massive, right? The leaves on here is massive, family. I can hold it right now. This pot is heavy. I can hold it right now, and only because it's dry. So the soil is dried out, so I'm able to hold it right now. But this is one of my, this is the Rojo Congo, right? I believe I'm saying that correctly. But this is the Rojo Congo plant, right? I'm going to actually just fertilize this plant, and I'm gonna fertilize this plant. I'm gonna top it off with dirt, and I'm just gonna put it in this next spot. Now, mind you, family, I will say this, right? I will say this. I love this plant. When I first got this plant was a little itty bitty thing, and it didn't have much leaves on this plant when I got this plant. Right? This plant done grew, but I'm gonna tell you something. Outside, it done, my leaves, it's like, it done had it. This is all from it being outside, right? It's a little sunburn, and some of it is from it not getting enough water and nutrients, okay? Because it was out there. I got new babies springing up in here, right? They coming up. Some of my leaves were scorched really bad. I had to move it back on my porch from where it was. I had to move it back all the way to the back. But for the most part, it loved the light. It did really well out there this summer. I'm going to say that. This was my first time putting it outside, right, during this summer. So it did take, look at the leaves, right? And what I did notice is, let me see if I can find some of those leaves. What I did notice is some of them have, look at the leaves, right? Some of them had got these really nice patterns in there. I don't know how well the camera is picking it up, but some of my leaves was just plain leaves when I put it out, before I put it out there. And then after I put it out there and the new leaves started coming, it started getting these really nice patterns in here, if you could see good, right? And I said, oh my goodness, they're beautiful. I love it, right? So this is what was going on. I'm not going to cut these off. That you see how this is like scorched from the sun. I'm not going to cut them off. I'm just going to leave them, right? I'm going to leave them. Sometimes these things don't bother me, right? Sometimes I would take this, like how this is, and I will cut it off in here. And that's probably what I might just do. I might just do it to this one, right? Just cut it off up in here. So I'll do that on camera. But as far as the rest of my plants that's all scorched up in there, I am not going to, here's my little things. Where's my scissors? I try to have everything prepared. Oh, here they go. Let me get my alcohol, family. For the most part, family, I try to have it, have all my plants, not as scorched up as this. I'll try to move them back, right? Make sure you clean off your tools, family, before you go cutting things. So that's important, right? You could just go right in here, right? Take that off. For the most part, family, this stuff doesn't bother me if I have leaves, but I'm just showing you all, right? And that right there may bother some people to see their plant leaves looking like that. But it really doesn't bother me, right, if I leave this on here. But I'm just showing you all something that you can just cut it off, right? Anything that you don't like that's unpleasant to the eye, you can just cut it off. Okay, family. Now, I'm going to put a little bit of plant food in here, right? Put a little bit of plant food in here is what you want to be doing. And I do have on gloves. That's why, family, I'm not using my spoon. And be careful, family, when you messing with your plants, right? Make sure you're not too rough, because sometimes I can be going so fast I'm a little rough. So make sure of that, because you'll wind up breaking one of your stems off. That has happened to me. I had a beautiful stem, and I was moving so fast, and I broke my stem off, and then I was sad after that, family. So just be mindful of that, right? Treat your plants with care. One thing I'm going to say is I have a whole lot of webs in my plant, right? So you know the spiders and whatnot, they was having a field day in here, right? Making it a home. So I'm just giving it some fertilizer now, family. Just putting a couple of pebbles in here. And then I'm going to top it off. And then this plant is done, right? This is one of the plants that is so heavy, family. When usually my son moves this plant around for me, right? When he's home, he'll move it around for me. But this plant, once it get the water, right? It's like wherever I have it at, that's just where I want it to stay at, honey. So just topping this off. That's all I'm doing with this plant. Just topping it off. I just brought this plant indoors. It was outside for half of the summer. I'm going to say half of the summer because I started bringing my plants outside like July, something like that, sometime around that time. And I said some of them, I don't know where I'm going to put it. I also have a fern outside that needs to come inside. And I have another plant that needs to come inside, but I'm not bringing those two inside now. I actually keep those two plants in this in my dirt, like on the lawn. So those two plants is not going to come in just as of yet. I'm going to bring those in probably sometime next week. I'm going to bring them in, and I'm probably going to put them in the same area I'm going to put these plants in, right? I'm trying to keep my fern and my other plants contained because they get so big. They're actually, you could keep them outdoors, not in a harsh winter, but you can keep them outdoors. And you could actually plant one of them in the ground, but I want to keep them in a container because I want to keep it contained. All right, family, so there you have it. I done topped it all off. Get some in here. All right, let's see what you all can see. So, I have it all topped off in here, family. You all see the dirt. It's all topped off. I done put some plant food and some fertilizer down in there. And I topped it off. This plant is good to go. And as you all can see, this is that Rojo Congo. right? This is the Rojo Congo plant, and like I said, it's massive. Some of these leaves is just as big as my arm, family. They are massive, right? I don't think the camera does any justice for these plants. These plants are massive. The leaves on these plants are massive. I think looking on the TV, right? When we look on the TV, on our phone, on the camera, it doesn't look as big, but they are massive. All right, we're going to take this off of here. I'm going to get this out of the sink, right? I gave it a good watering. Let's get this out. So I took out the Hawaiian plant, and now I'm going to put this one in here, in the sink. My husband said, baby, when you bring those plants inside, this is what he was concerned about. Baby, when you bring those plants inside, make sure you shake them real good. Shake them out, because he don't like bugs. And that's the only thing that he can think of is the bugs coming around him when he's sitting downstairs. He don't want that. So he tells me this all the time. Baby, before you bring them plants inside, shake them. Especially, you know, them lanterns is jumping all around out there. All right, I'm giving this a good watering, family. That's all you all see me doing. So I'm at the sink actually giving it a good watering. And the reason why I film so much of this here in the kitchen area of my home is because I'm right next to the sink. So anything that I need to do in here in regards to my plant, I'm right here, right? I can water it right here. I can care for it right here at the table. I can do everything for it right here. So that's why I record so much of my plants in this area, right? All right, I'm gonna fill this up again. Alrighty. Alright, so I'll let that drain. Alright. That is good. Right? So that's good. I'm going to put it in this place. I'm going to put that other plant in this place. And now I'm going to show you all my next plant, which is this is the Philodendron Bloody Mary. Alright, family? This is the Philodendron Bloody Mary. Let me tell you all, this plant, when I put this plant outdoors, this plant had 2 leaves. Right? This plant did get a heavy beat in here from the sun. It got scorched up, it got burnt, right? I'm actually going to take this off though. I'm going to take this leaf off. Now, this plant I need something to hold this plant up, to stake it up. I don't have anything as of yet because all my bamboo stakes is down there all over in the basement when my son started moving some things around. And I want a small stick for it, right? I have some rods, but they are really big, and I want a small one, so I'm probably going to look around. I have to go out today, so I'm going to look and see if I can find a little rod just for this plant, just to stake it up, right? Because I don't want this to break. That's the last thing I want to do. But this is my Philodendron Bloody Mary. This only had about 2 or 3 leaves on it, okay? I put this outdoors, and it just took off out there. Right, so I'm gonna also put this in an area where it's going to be acclimated to the temperature in my home now, because now these plants are staying indoors. So what you are going to see me do is just going to top this off. Yeah, this did really good. This did really good, right? And like I said, family, it had 2 leaves on there. And I am going to cut this off, right? I cut that off. And I am going to spray it as well. So what you will see me doing is just spraying that area where I cut with some peroxide. Okay? Now I'm going to put a little bit of food in here. Right? Put a little bit of plant food in here. That's what you will see me doing. And the plant food that I'm using is like worm casting. Put a little bit of, couple of drops, couple of pellets, like 4 or 5 in here. That's it. And then I'm going to top it off with my dirt. So yes, family, I'm up here. I'm home today. Today is a holiday for me. I'm home. I'm off. right? And I figured I could get some of the stuff that I needed to get done. Last night I got a lot of things done that I had to do on a spiritual level. Now I'm in here doing some physical work, okay? So that's life. So I'm not gonna fill this too much, but I just want to top it off, right? That's all topped off, and I'll show you all what it looks like, right? I just went around in there, and that's done. That is done, right? Now all I have to do is give this a good drink of water. This pot, I'm still letting it drain in here. And this is actually the bottom to this top. I'm just going to put it in here before I walk it through my house where it's going. Another thing is, family, you want to clean your leaves down, right? Here's my water bottle in here. You want to spray your plants, right? Spray them down. Spray them down, mist them down, and clean them. Because that's what I'm going to do, right? I'm going to clean them. I'm going to wipe them down with my neem oil, right? So I don't have to show you all that on the camera because you all know. But spray it down with your water and just get your neem oil and get you a paper towel. Just wipe all your leaves down, or a cloth, right? A cloth will be better if you have one. So you could just put that in the area of your choice, right? What you all are saying, family? Hi, family. Hi, Monday 27. Hi, young girls 3. I see you all. Good morning, family. So I have that. Another plant that I have that I want to repot is my Houseplants, right? I believe that's how you say it, right? Houseplants, something like that, to that nature. Let me tell you about this plant. There's been a love-hate relationship with this plant. I'm actually going to take this plant and take it out of here, right? I'm going to take it out of here. Sometimes I put it in here. I got bugs in here. I see the bugs coming out. This was outside as well. Now, what happened to this plant is I had about 2 leaves, right? Now, these are new leaves for me. Because I'm going to tell you, I had 2 leaves on this plant. One of the dogs came out one day and decided that they was going to play around and take a chunk off my plant. So they took the whole plant off. What was left was just the stem, right? So I said, I'm going to just leave the stem out there and just continue to water it. And that's what I did. And then here sprouted these leaves, right? It sprouted these leaves, okay? So this is basically a starting all over from scratch. I have a special place that I want to put this, and it's going to go near my my mannequins and my prayer plant. I'm going to put this plant. So what I'm going to do is I'm repotting that in one of these pots. These are old pots that I just recycle my pots. So, and I love this for some reason, right? Because you see how this is open like this, family? I just admire and love just the smaller things too, right? The smallest things. You see how this is, right? You can actually close this flap, right? You can close this flap on it. And that's what I love. I love that about this right here. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the soil. I'm going to keep this soil that's in here as well. And I'm just going to plant it over in my next pot. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some dirt in here first. Right, so I'm going to put some dirt in this pot. And this is clean, family. I cleaned this out. This is clean, right? And also, family, I tell you all to spray it with a little bit of alcohol too, right? If you're not certain, just spray it. So I'm putting a little bit of this to the bottom, right, of that dirt. Now I'm going to take this dirt, the same dirt, and I'm going to just put it right back in this. This plant been through an ordeal, because I can't remember. I put this plant outside for a reason, right? I don't think this plant was doing the best. So I took this plant and I put it outside, family. Right? I took this plant and I put it outside because it was not doing the best. Put it outside, and then the dog goes and chew off my plant. Right? And this is a Houseplants, family. Don't get me started in the name. Right? Of this plant, but I will link it in there. but it was doing so good out there. I'm gonna let it continue to do good right here in this pot here. I got some babies trying to come up in here, which is a good thing, right? I don't want to disturb it too much, right? I don't want to disturb this plant too much, but there it is, right? This is one of the plants that I love this plant. I had one family, and it grew really big, but I don't know what happened to it. I don't know if I moved it and it wound up dying, or did it die in the midst of us doing the construction, that big construction, because something happened to it. I remember it's just dying, right? So I can't remember exactly what happened. Did I not give it care because we was under construction and it was in the area? Something happened to it. But this is one of my favorite plants. I just can't wait till it grows out. Right now it's just a baby, so we'll see. But I'm gonna water that and put that where it needs to go. So I actually just put dirt at the bottom of it and put some plant food around in the top. That's what I did. I used the same dirt that it was in. This right here, I'm not gonna keep this. This is going to the garbage. This right here, I will keep this because sometimes I have my little pots and I just drop it in there. Another thing, family, I want to show you all is I have another plant that actually was gifted to me. A co-worker, she do planting of her own too, and she gifted me a plant about a week or so ago, a week and a half ago. But she have it in a pot that's let me bring it here, family. Now this is a pot though. She gifted me with a pot though, right? But the pot that she has it in, it doesn't have little pockets underneath there, right? Little holes in there for it to drain. And I like for a lot of my pots to at least have the drainage at the bottom, or if I have a pot inside of a pot and it could drain into. This doesn't have that, so I want to repot this. Now that was beautiful. Now one thing I'm gonna say, it did grow a little bit since she gave me this. So she did gift me this, right? She does planting too, so she just gave this to me. She thought I would like it, and I love it, right? So I have this that I had going to recycle, and we're going to put it in here, and then I'm going to put it in here, and I'm going to put it back where I placed it at. So that's what I'm going to do. I said this definitely have to be repotted, so I'm gonna just take it out of here. And I love this pot, right? I'm not gonna throw out this pot because, again, like I said, I can utilize this pot for another plant, right? I don't, let's see. Oh, okay. The root system on here is good. Oh, okay. I see how this is in here. All right. It actually do have some drainage holes in there, but with the water, okay. She actually do have a thing. This is a built-in one. At the bottom, it have a little hump up in there, so it won't sit. So it won't sit in the dirt, in the water. All right. So it won't sit in there in water. Okay, it got a really good rooting system in here. Say that. I'm gonna give it a little bit of food, right? I'm gonna throw a little bit of food in here. All right. I don't want to disturb this too much. Again, like I said, family, I don't want to disturb these little ones too much. So that's all you all see me doing is repotting this into a different pot because I thought that it didn't have no drainage holes, but this is a built-in one it has underneath there at the bottom, family. I'm gonna put a little bit of dirt here at the top, family. And then, family, I will show you all too while you all are up here. how I trailed my plants that I told you all that I didn't know what I was going to do with those plants, all right, before I go. All right, so this can continue to do its thing right where I had it at, family. All right, so there you go, right? So it's in this new home, family, and I'm just going to just put it in here, right? I'm just going to put it in here, and that's it. Voila, it's done, right? And I'll just put it back where it was, so I have to water that. These are all done, right? I will keep this, wash those out. This is garbage. This can go back where it came from. That goes in my bucket, family. And then I'm going to just move this to the side real quick. And then I'm going to show you all my plants that I had trailing, right? I'm not going to be in this dirt no more, so I'm going to take these off. Okay, so these was one of my plants, family, that you all seen that I had here, right? This is one of my philodendrons. I did put the pole in here. I want to put it two. I put a little stake here. So that's my bamboo. And then the one that I made, that I was making on the live, is up here, right? But I put it like that so I can try to stake it all up. Okay? So I can stake it all up so it won't be all over the place. So I have to still put some more in there because, family, you'd be surprised how these plants move all around. So I'm going to continue to stake it up, right? All I have to do is get the rest of the little tie-dyes and finish putting it up. Now, I'm going to show you the other ones, family, that I told you all that I didn't know what I was going to do. Now, this is the one, family, that has gotten, I don't know, what is this? What is this on my thing? Some napkin, something. Hold on, family. Yeah, I left a napkin. I don't know how I did that up under here. And then I slide it in there. All right, this is my plant, family. You all remember that I said I didn't know if I was going to cut this plant back because it was vining all over the place. The vine was just running everywhere. So I staked this up. I actually went in my basement. I got my little stake pole. This stake pole, this is an iron stake pole. Now, family, this stake pole actually go outside, right, in my ground. I put like my bird feeder stuff on here and other small little plants that I want to have it hooked up outside. I have a lot of these in the basement, but this go outside, actually go outside, so when I put my plants out there. So I said, I can't get to the rest of the things I need to get to, so I'm just going to get this and stick it in the pot. So that's what I did. I got the little stake from down here in my basement, and I put it here, and I vined it all up in here, right? So I let it trail all around, all over, so now it's just going to grow crazy in here, but it's going to like go around, go up, so that's how I have it going, okay? This was just vining all around, family, so that's one of my plants, right? And I told you this is a philodendron. This is one of those split leaves, but I'm not certain of the actual split leaf name that it's called, family. I done said that because this is not the like that split leaf monstera. This is not that, right? I can't think of an actual name, but that's how I have it, family. I have it vining all up like this. So that's that. I don't think I've done another one that I was staking up. I'm not sure if I was. But this one, I'm going to show you all this other one, right? philodendron silver sword, right, family? This one is another one. I wound up staking this up. If you all can remember a few weeks back, I put this, I did this with you on live, on another live, my philodendron silver sword. I put this in here, right? The stake in here, so I can stake it up. Well, since then, it has grown massive. This stake is not doing anything for it, family. It done grew so tall. Look at this, right? It's just going up there. So I have to find another stake for this that's longer that I can put in there, and I have to get that done, right, family? But with me doing everything, sometimes it's not always easy for me to get these things done. But I have to find another, this is not really doing much, but it's doing something because I don't want it all toppling outwards. So I have this going up, and I have to get a bigger pole for it, a longer pole, family, so I can bring stability here to the top, because up here at the top is not stabilized. So I have to do that. So the area that I have it in, I have it against something, and I'm just like, okay, just stay there, right? Because the last thing I want to do is break this off. This is another one of my favorite plants, my silver sword. I love it. These leaves too, like I said, the camera doesn't do justice for it. These leaves as well is massive on this plant as well. Okay, so this is another one of my plants that I so much love, family. So there you have it. So I think those was all the plants that I actually did stake up, family. I don't think I staked up another plant. I don't think so. All right, let's see what you all are saying. Hi, K-Swing. Good morning, family. I was driving. Sorry if I missed anything. That's okay on my journey. Grand Rising, family, just dropping by. I'm at work, sneaking on my phone, ready to go already. Love you, Miss T. I wish I do my plans today, but I'm working on the holiday for the extra coins. That's right, right? Make your coins, family. If you got to work the holiday for your extra coins, get and do what you got to do, family, right? Yeah, I'm off today, family. And I'm actually going to go get some things done, right? I got to go pick up some things for the household, so I'm going to go get that done. And other little things that I got to get done around the house, right? So I'm going to just get these things done. It's not easy, right? Because even on your off day, you're still working. Spiritually, I have to do some things as well. So in my downtime tonight, I will be getting that done as well. So like I said, it's never a day off, right? When you're a mom, it's never a day off either. It's never a day off. Right now, my JoJo is still resting. He's going to sleep late because he went to bed late, all right? So I have to start getting him ready for school. So school is starting this week for the children. So it's a lot of things that has to get done. So now tonight is, which he should have been on this routine of a regular schedule this whole weekend. Started Friday, he should have been. But I've been letting him slide a little bit. It's kind of like I'm kind of slacking. It's like once you get to the fourth child, you slacking, right? The first one or two children that you may have, right? So the first child or the second child that you have, you may be a little tight grip on things because you're a first-time parent, so you want to make sure you do everything right. But after you done had a few kids, it's like, okay, whatever. Been there, done that. So my JoJo is spoiled, family, believe it or not, because he doesn't get all the backlash that my older children got, right? Because I had a tight grip on those kids, right? I wanted them to grow up to be productive, and they pretty much have. So JoJo, I'm kind of loosening up with him, right? I'm loosening up with him, right? So my daughter like, wow, Mom, you never let us do that, right? My daughter and my son said it. You never let us do that at that age. But yeah, so it's kind of like I'm a little relaxed now with him, okay? So yeah, so I have to get him on the schedule tonight. School, like I said, is starting this week. I have to do a lot of running around the household. And I did go out and I did buy my orchard bark, family. I did buy my orchard bark, and I bought another big bag of dirt because I go through these things. I did go get a lot of things, my cactus mix. I went and got that, the cactus mix. I got the, what else I had to get? Oh, and I had to get my, my cow, you know, the cow manure. Now, I'm going to say this, family. My cow manure, I usually put in my outdoor, in my gardens, right? When I'm doing my fruits and vegetables, I mix that in my soil outdoors. But I am also going to start adding it in a little bit of my plant dirt, right? To give it the nutrients. So I am going to start doing that. That's the black cow. The black cow. If any of you are familiar with that. Right? I've had a lot of success with that, putting nutrients in my soil with the black cow when I do my gardening. And I said, I'm going to start trying to put some of that in my house plants. I haven't put it in there yet, right, family? So I'm going to just top it off a little bit. My mother said, just put a little bit because you got to mix it really good in the house plant soil, right? Because we don't want to burn or overdo it with our roots of our plants. So I'm just going to put a little bit in there and just incorporate that in my mixture and just do it like that, right? That'll also allow me to keep my dirt recycled, right? Keep it going, right? But in the same pot, just to utilize it in the same pot. I don't want to put dirt from one pot to another. Don't ever do that, family, okay? Don't do it. Because if your plant already has something, some kind of disease or infection or anything going on, you could spread it to the next plant, right? But you can recycle your same dirt from this plant and the same plant, right? Just put nutrients back in your dirt and you can use that all day. But you don't want to take the dirt from here and put it in your next plant. So don't do that, all right? But so I'm going to be incorporating a black cow inside of my houseplant mixture. So we'll see how that goes, family. We'll see how that goes. And I'm going to take you all along that journey. Some of you all probably already doing it. So if you all have been doing it, share it, right? Share it in the comment section. Share your success or share your failures. It doesn't matter, right? Remember, a failure for us is a learning experience for us. So it's never a failure. It's growth for us. Okay, so we grow from our failures, from our mistakes. So just know that, all right? So share it, family. Share whatever it is that you like to share here. Share it, right? But those are my plans, family, and that's how I have more stake I'm lining up. Like I said, the silver sword, I have to get a longer stake. So I will be doing that. I won't be buying one, that's for sure, family, because if you all know them steaks, like this steak, I have bought this steak years ago, right? This steak was already purchased years ago. I don't know, family, but it was a pretty penny. It was a pretty good penny for them to do this, right? For me to buy this. I will never buy any steaks, family, anymore. Okay? Make your own steaks. Learn how to make your own steaks. So I will be going in my basement, getting some of my steaks out. I have to dig through there to get some pots anyway. So I will be going through there looking for some of my bamboo steaks. And I also will be using the materials that I have to do my own bamboo steaks, family. So do your own, okay? Do your own, it'll save you. But if you don't have the time, I understand. Just pick you up one if you don't have the time to do your own, okay? But I like to generally do my own, right? These things are costly. I don't want to be spending $58, $60, $48 for a plant steak. I don't want to do it when I can basically do it my own self, right? So that's it, family. Oh, my journey is lavish. She said, yes, ma'am. Okay. So that's about it, family. Right? So I'm gonna get off of here. It was lovely doing this chit chat with you all, family, and showing you all the things that I do in my home, right? With my plants and some of the things that you all could benefit from, and share some of the things that you feel that us all collectively as a family could benefit from. So the plant family is open to new ideas and experiences. So share whatever it is that you do with your plants as well. All right, family? So I just want to say that. I love you all. I want you all to continue to do what it is that you all are doing this holiday. So if you all are celebrating, continue to celebrate. If you all are making your coins, as K-Swim would say, go ahead and make your coins, family. All right? But I have errands that I have to run today. So on my off day, like I said, I'm really not off. I'm working still, right? So I'm working, okay? Whether it's in the house, outside of the house, or whether, it's on a spiritual level, I'm working. So that's what I have to do. So I'm never really off. Even when I am off a 9 to 5, I'm still working. So that's what it is, family. I don't have a day off. But I love you all, family, and I want you all to have a blessed and prosperous day. Sending you all healing and strength, right? Sending you all many blessings. And I want you all to make sure that you all speak positive affirmations over yourself and your loved ones before you head out that door. So I love you all, family. Have a blessed day.